Say what you do to it.
There you go. There you go.
What you do to it, bruh?
There you go.
Oh, you ain't never pushed play, bro.
No, it went away. It was just the whole thing went along.
All right, we clocking now, baby. We clocking. We clocking. We clocking. We clocking. We clocking. We clocking. We clocking.
We yellow.
Oh!
Mike Live.
Joke on that bass like this. Nah, that's a joke on the real bass. He on this. Educate, motivate, elevate. 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 Hey!
Go ahead. I got my
Show that feedback, man. Educate, motivate, elevate. Educate, motivate, elevate. Man! I'm already sweating, bro. I ain't even...
You look at all this stuff.
Man, I'm already sweating, man. You play that, man.
All
God!
that.
God!
Yeah, you gonna sweat.
Woo! Boy!
Lord.
Who you know got a song like that, man? We only been on the air 2 minutes, boy.
You sweat.
I'm already sweating, dog. Look.
Take your hat off.
Man, hold up, man. I ain't worried about how my head shaped. I ain't got no funny shaped head. Some jokers, they take their hat off. You
Put it back on.
put it back on. You got a funny shaped head. His head shaped like a cashew. Joe got a cashew nut head. Especially them jokes with that little boy. Boy, I don't have that nut. Joker fire when he this way, he turn around. Like, darn, boy.
Lord.
Now you got a knot on your goddamn head, boy.
Who hit you? Look, who hit you?
Hey,
Man, go ahead.
hey. Boy, I'm just gonna be trying to play it out. You trying to be all serious. She's like, hey, man, well, you know, I want to talk to you. Take two.
Back up.
Man, you can't just be springing up a big old knot. Well, especially Joe got a lot of hair. Bunch of hair, dreads, where they cut their hair. Like, God. Like the pack of meat on that head.
Grow your hair back.
You need to hurry up and grow them dreads back, boy. You gotta... Oh, my gosh, man. Good evening, good evening, good evening.
Where you at?
Good evening.
Where you at?
Good evening.
Where you at?
Woo! Man, woo! This is episode 107, baby.
You what?
Baby, this episode 107, baby. We got 106 in the can, baby. Who else you know do it like that?
Come on.
Baby. Come on, man. I mean, now, man, look, man, it's like, bruh, come on, man. They thought this, man, I go back and look at, like, man, I ain't even gonna get into that, bruh. I ain't gonna get into it, man, because sometimes I go back now, and my grandson might want to see something, and I pop on episode 29.
29.
Episode 31.
And you keep going.
Feel like Star Trek or something. Episode 62.
You're
Episode
traveling.
63. And bro, I'm just sitting there saying, like, you know what? You know what, man? The crazy part is this. The crazy part is this.
What's the crazy part?
Crazy part is this.
Talk to me.
The crazy part is this.
What might it be?
The crazy part is, that's when you start talking like you from Cali. The crazy part is this. We just getting started,
My
man.
Negro?
We just warming up. Man, I had people on last week, where they was coming from, Morocco?
No.
What it was, Morocco? Indonesia?
No. What was it?
What was it, man? France?
No, it wasn't France either.
What was it? Where was it? Singapore?
No.
What was that? Singapore?
What was that at? I can't.
Hey, homie, was it from Singapore? Hey, that's when you put your that's when you put your confident voice on. Hey, homie, was he from?
Flat like that. Flat like that.
Boy,
Flat like that.
boy, tell you, boy.
It
Man, we just getting started. Hey man, shout out to the homie. That's my goddamn guy right there. Alvin Best, man. You need to send me some of them cigars, bro, from your spot, man.
I'm trying to figure out you coming from
You need to call me, man. 678. Hey man, did you put the number in there? Hey, bro, you can't be eating in here, man. Hey, bro, you can't be eating and drinking in the studio, man.
Who said that?
I said it, man. It's my show. Man, you got that. Man. Y'all, boy, one thing about y'all, man. Y'all feeling the play. Y'all. Whoa, hey, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. Hey, like them Africans say, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. No H. Watch your mouth. Because like the Jamaicans say, it's getting the otter in here, man. They're getting the otter and the tinga. Man, that's what you want to be from Duval.
No, sir.
Yes, where you from?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Son, when you say Greensboro, what you say you from?
Greensboro, North Carolina.
Man, that don't have that same ring.
A&T.
A&T? What does that mean? What does that stand for?
A&T. The team.
What does that stand for?
The MEAC champion want to beat y'all every year.
MEAC champion beat us.
Beat y'all every
See,
year.
I just got off the phone with somebody, and this is what they said. They said, what college did you go? Did you go to FAM or did you go to Morehouse? I said, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Was it like an insult?
It was.
Mm-hmm.
I said, excuse me. If you want to remember where I came from,
Mm-hmm.
I came from the school
Come on.
that if it wasn't for us, it wouldn't be no other HBCUs.
Mm-hmm.
So just remember that. Sear that into your brain, bruh. A&T, what does A&T stand for? And thought, and
Agricultural and technical.
agriculture and technical. What year were they founded, bruh?
The year
Okay.
before y'all?
No, never that, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
1867, look it up.
1867.
1867. Do your math. Do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
Do you like I used to do to my students? Where your homework is? Do your homework.
I need to ask you a question.
1867.
I need to ask you a question.
Jennifer. What?
I need to ask you a
No, man,
question.
don't ask me no more questions. Hold on, man. I can't
Well-
even do the intro to the show.
Where you from? Where you from?
I was going to do the intro to the show, man.
Go ahead.
Because we got people on that may be joining for the first time. So if you're joining for the first time, my name is Joaquin Thompson Sr., and I'm the host of the Daily Bread Show. This show is about personal finance, and we talk about everything related to personal finance from a spiritual perspective. We do not do religion. Put that in the chat, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Put in there we do not do religion. We do God. We do God. Because we believe there's only one being. People try to mix it up. Oh! Ah, man, you can't play that, man. You can't. Don't do that, man. You're going to mess the show up, man. Don't do that. You can't just spring that on me, man. I said we do it from a spiritual perspective, man. We don't do God. We do God. What am I saying? See, that's what you can't. Man, don't play that no more, man.
Don't do it.
We don't do religion. We always do God. Let me get that correct, bro. Because he is, man, Whew. Man, I'm sweating, bro. I'm saying, like, man, he is so awesome. He's doing so many things in and around my life, man. I just can't. So just know that, man. We don't do religion. Because religion, man, has you twisted up, man. These jumping running around here, man. And the number one goal is salvation. Everybody should be trying to get to heaven. That's what they should be trying to do. Trying to live right.
Everybody
Get
want to go to
heaven, man.
heaven. Nobody want to die.
Don't nobody want to die. Well, you say,
Everyone want to go to heaven.
Oh my God, you say that, boy. If you want to clear a room out, say, hey man, we got the bus is right outside. We taking everybody want to go. Yeah, hey, the line start right out here. Just go right out this door. As soon as you break that threshold, you'll be dead and you'll be on your way to heaven.
Exactly. Come on.
They'll be going. They'll be like, man, I got a few more things. I want to do. A few more places I want to go. Can I come? Can I do it next week?
Man, I'm gonna take care.
Can I come?
Mama cooking.
Right now, man. Right now. We going out this door right now.
Mama cooking the sweet potato pie tomorrow.
Man. Just know, man. Keep God first. Keep it simple, but keep God first. Make everything else second, and you'll be good, man. I mean, it's just, man. Man. That's all I can say, man. Is like, whew, man. I had stuff I wanted to talk about, man. I don't even know what to talk about now. Anyway, I'll get it together. So this is what we're gonna do tonight, man. We're gonna talk about some real, cause I've been doing research about shows. Let me get a little something off my chest. 678-381-1973. 678-381-1973.
That's a good number.
678-381-1973. So if you want to call the show, if you got a question, if you got a concern, if you got feedback, if you heard something in the street, if you heard something from a previous show, if you said, oh man, this is some boo-boo, whatever you want to say, man, call in here, because this is one thing that I know. We did 107. 107 hours, right? They said you got to do 10,000 hours to become a master, right? So we've done, what, 107 one-hour shows on the air. Think about how many minutes that is. Think about how many seconds that is. And we talking good stuff over here. We ain't just, you know what I'm saying? So I was doing some research today about shows and content. The beautiful thing about why we just getting started, the most powerful thing is this. Everything is going towards what? Content creators. That's the new currency. Content. Do you have a show? Some people are already big YouTubers. That's fine. Guess what? Be big on YouTube. But YouTube and TV, that's two different things. Some shows you watch on YouTube, you ain't gonna want to watch that show. People ain't gonna want to sit down and watch that show, right? Because you're not watching YouTube anymore. Now you're on networks, or now you're on platforms. So you want a show that you can sit down, get your meal out for the evening, you know, put the kids down, that you can sit down and be like, man, so I'm a content creator. I'm loving life. I'm in the best. I got the best hand. I'm like, I got the best hand. I got a handful of trump cards. I can't lose with this hand I got, man. So tonight, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about brands, because one of the things that I struggle with, and people that know me or people that's close to me that I struggle with, is letting the opportunity get by me. I guess that's the best way to put it. I went to a meeting a couple weeks ago with some friends, and I was so happy. Everybody was introducing themselves, and I was so happy that two of my partners went before me. They said, this is what they said. They said, oh. And I was like, there you go. That's the perfect way to put it. I'm a serial entrepreneur. Ooh, I said, oh, there you go. I like that one. Because that has a different ring to it than like, I'm doing this. Gosh, that's just too much. But serial, that means that you doing it over and over and over, right? And you're doing it in different ways. So for me, I took it a little deeper. I was thinking about the stuff that I'm in. I'm going to share some of that with you all tonight. But the beauty of it is this. The way I look at businesses, the way I look at opportunities is this. There's two rules to an opportunity that you should always keep. You should always have these two rules in place. It's two rules. First rule is you should be able to preserve the principal investment. You have to be able to do that. That's number one, right? Number two has to be profitable. Mm-hmm. That's number two. And the third rule is refer back to number one. Preserve principal, right? You got to do that. Have to make a profit. And the third step is refer back to number one. Hey man, we got the world famous on. He just snuck in on us. We got the world famous on.
Who
Did you
that
see
is?
this? Did you see
Who
this
you
guy?
got?
He just
Who you
snuck
got?
in, man. World famous.
Oh.
The celebrity, man. He is the man. That's the pencil man, bro.
Oh,
You ain't even looking at the.
come on,
You ain't
now.
looking at the
Come
models.
on
You
now.
over there. You over there surfing, man.
Come on, man.
You just let people just sneak in on you, man.
The
Hey,
pencil man?
shout out to the pencil
Not
man,
the
bro.
pencil, no.
Yeah, bro. Shout out to
Tell
my
him
beautiful
no.
wife,
Tell him
man. Ho, man. Be quiet, man.
Tell
Be
him
quiet.
no.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I said shout out to my beautiful wife,
Okay.
Tanya. Oh, Tanya, all the time.
First lady. Now listen,
First lady.
give me the
The
number.
Daily She the first lady to the Daily Bread show, the Daily Bread congregation. This is the first lady. The first lady. Shout out to my son. I seen him on King Jr. Shout out to my daughter, Ashley Thompson. Nothing like, man, there ain't nothing like support, man. But Joe can tell you, man, go get him. It ain't nothing like that, man. You just like, ooh. Even if you even if you can't do it, man. That's the kind of stuff that get you beat up, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my sister, Sheila Goodwin. We shouting everybody out tonight. If I can see you, I'm shouting you out. And some weeks I be like, God darn. And then people, when I see it, they say, man, I was on the show. You
You ain't even shout me out.
you I'm saying to myself, like, bruh, why we don't get a bigger monitor, bruh?
You don't need
So
no
I can
big
see. I
mouth.
can't see, man. Who else?
You don't
Man,
need to see. You need to talk.
Hey, man, you need to stop letting these celebrities sneak in here without saying. You got to acknowledge these celebrities,
Man,
bruh.
again, you need to talk to him.
Hey, man, hold up, man. Hold on. Watch it, man. Watch
Talk.
it. My wife saying something, man. She first lady. She the first lady of the Daily Bread congregation.
Daily Bread congregation.
She the first. I would have, hey, boy, now you talking about the first lady, I wouldn't have nobody else but that one right there. You need to stop letting these celebrities speak.
There you go.
Hey, man, don't be
That's
recording.
live.
Don't be recording me, man.
That's live.
Don't be,
Too
hey.
late. Too late. I got
Don't,
you.
hey, I got this show
I got you.
copywritten,
I
bro.
got you.
Don't
And
do
all-
it, man.
all
Don't
you
do it. Don't
First
end up
lady.
in court now. Don't think because I'm, hey, don't
First
think.
lady.
Don't think because you on the show with me,
Yeah.
I won't sue you behind now.
I ain't worried about
'Cause I'll
that.
sue you behind.
You ain't gonna get up
If
and
you play,
practice.
don't play. Hey, man,
You
you
gonna
got to
get
get
up and practice.
permission.
You'll
I
get
just talked
practice.
about this last week, bro.
Yeah, you get practice. Good practice for the next person when it comes
Hey,
home.
man,
That's
all
all
right,
you
don't
get.
make me do it. Don't make me
First
do it,
lady-
man.
First
Bro,
lady
this is all
loves you back.
copywritten, man. Don't
Let's
say educate, motivate, elevate, man.
educate,
without my permission.
motivate, elevate.
Bro, that's 10 cents right there. Say it again. Keep saying
Educate,
it, man.
motivate,
Keep
elevate.
saying it. All right, that go 20 cents. Keep saying it.
Daily bread.
Keep saying it.
How much is that?
That Daily Bread part don't work because that ain't my song. That don't even sound like me, man. The people told me, man, stop joking on the show. I'm going to stop joking. I'm not joking no more with y'all, bro. I'm not even going to do that no more, bro.
That means you ain't being yourself.
I know, man. Every time I try to,
Yeah.
every time I try to come in with a list of things, man, y'all don't even know. Look, man, I have all this stuff written out for y'all. I'm like, I'm gonna go over all this stuff, man. But something happened when I come through that door,
Come on.
man. When I come through that door,
Ain't number one truth.
man. When I come through that door, man, it is on. It's on, man, and I can't wait, man. I'm man. What do you say, man? I'm troubled.
Hype.
I'm troubled, man. I want to share this, man. I want you. Did I show you the thing?
No.
I didn't show you the intro to the show.
No. Man,
That's what I'm saying, man.
you
I'm
holding
so
back.
man.
You
I'm
holding back.
man.
You holding back, man.
Oh man, I'm torn, bruh. I want to show everybody, man. And the people tell me don't leak. They say, man, do not leak. I say, man, I know, man, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dang, you got something you want to show. You ever had something you want to show somebody? That's like getting a new bike, man, and you can't show somebody. Like, man, I got a new 10-speed. First thing they say, where is it? Let me see it. I can't show it to you. Like, dang. Man, I want to show y'all this so bad, man. What I'm going to do, man? Hey, y'all call into the show. Shout out to Karen. I see you too. Hey, appreciate the support. Nothing but the homies. Nothing but the homies and the homettes. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come down because we got our own place. This is Humbleia. We humble over here, man.
Absolutely.
We do humble things. You know what I'm saying? But we confident, but we humble. But we confident now. So don't get them twisted.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Man, I'm sweating, bro. I can't even. Let me get myself together, bro. All right, so a couple announcements. We gotta do a little business. Cause it's always about business, right? Gotta do a little business.
This is Wally Avis, and you are listening to The Daily
Man, you gotta turn this up, man. They can't hear that, man.
Radio.
Oh, they can hear
It's
it.
the best.
They can't hear that, man.
Oh, they hear it.
Play it again, man.
Can't play it no more.
Play it again.
Can't play it no more. One time a day.
Nah, bro.
You ain't
Ain't nobody hear that, man. No people. You ain't see no
paying.
thumbs up. You ain't see nothing come
You
across
don't-
that
you
screen,
don't-
man.
you don't-
Play it again, bro.
Nope. You only pay for one time today.
Play it again,
I
bro.
ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine.
Lord, this is Wally Amos, and you are listening to the Daily Bread Radio. It's the best in radio.
You know why did Wally Amos say at the end, man? Why he put a little? Hey, no, you know what? We about to ask. We got the question of the day. This is one of the questions. Why did Wally Amos get to the end of that trying to make it sexy? It's the best. It's the best in radio. I'm like, man, don't be doing that. He's like, yeah, then he said, say, hold up, man, don't be. I told you to just say.
My name's Kobe, and you're listening to my papa on the Daily Bread Radio Show.
That's what's up right there. That's what's up. That's what's up. King Kobe. What's up, Prom? Bubbahead? What's happening, baby? Hey, man, it's going down tonight. What's going on? It's going down tonight, man. Nothing about all these celebrities on, man. Woo, we got a little business to do, though, man. Little business. Hey. But the good thing about it, man, when you have your own show, you can do this kind of stuff. So I'm like, hey, this the business. This the business of it. So what I'm doing, and you got to give back. So what I'm doing is our fraternity, Omega Psi Phi Incorporated. What we're doing is we're celebrating 100 years, our 100-year anniversary. So what we're having a big golf classic. It's the 18th annual golf event. It's going to go down on August the 2nd at Mirror Lake Golf Course, 1000 Cannon Gate Parkway, Villa Rica, Georgia. So it's going down on August the 2nd. It's a Friday, so I know some kids will be already back in school. But I'm selling raffle tickets and I'm taking donations, right? So you may be sitting home saying, why is he talking about making a donation? The raffle tickets are only $5. You can donate any denomination, $1, $10. Some people already gave me $50. I'm just putting it out there because one of the things that's in the Bible is like you have not because you ask not. So I'm practicing asking. And again, anybody that knows me, that's one of the hardest things I have that I got to overcome is asking for help. Because most times I just go get it myself. I'm a go-getter. I'm a go-getter. And, but, you know, this is for a good cause. What this does is it provides scholarships for deserving young men and young women that are going to college. And my personal goal is $1,000. I want to raise $1,000, donate it. The good thing about any donation that you make is tax deductible because our fraternity is a 501c3 organization. So that means that that $50 that you want to give or that $100 that you want to give or that $5 or $1, whatever you want to do, whatever you want to give, it's a tax deduction on your taxes or your income and your wages for 2018. Well, it's 19 now, 2019. So just get that some thought if you want to. And some people might be saying, well, man, you in Atlanta and I'm in Jacksonville. Okay. $I am Joaquin. That's why I said we humble, but we confident. $I am Joaquin. That's my Cash App. So you can Cash App me. I'll put your name. We're giving away a 55-inch flat screen TV, and we're giving away 4 drawings for $250. So just think about that. If you put in $25 and got $250 back, that's a good return on investment. That's a great. Don't even talk about the TV. Now, Raheem think he's gonna win the TV, but in order for you to win, you got to be in it. Like my partner say, like Sip says, and Sip knows who Sip is. Like my close friend Sip says, you got to be in it to win it, right? So don't sit at home, don't procrastinate. $I am Joaquin. That's my Cash App. You know, support a worthy cause, and I had to bring that out. So I'll be working on this. You'll be seeing this over the next 4 weeks because the tournament is August the 2nd. Man, I got some heartbreaking news too. Heartbreaking. I just found out too. Oh man, heartbreaking. Man. Man, I don't even know how to say it, so I'm gonna just say it. These jokers don't want to do no show next week, man. They talking about it's the 4th of July. These ninjas don't want to do no show next week. I don't understand what y'all celebrating on the 4th of July. It's probably, the 4th of July is probably tied to something negative to African Americans, but these jokers don't want to come in the studio and do no educate, motivate, elevate. That's what I'm saying. Boom! I don't know where they come with that. That's that trickery, man. That's trickery. That's got their trickery, man. I come into the studio, I'm like, no, we ain't gonna be here next week. I said, what's happening next week? Are they remodeling the studio? Are we getting upgrade? We getting new microphone? Nah, it's the 4th of July. I'm like, the 4th? What?
Isn't that the name of it, July?
The 4th of July. Man, that sound like somebody getting got there gang. That's all right. We'll figure it out. I ain't gonna be sad about it. It took everything Man, turn that off, man. You joking. Look, you joking. But people will be hitting me up like, bro, you ain't on? I'm like, I know, man. It's the producer, bro. I would do it. I'm gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it from somewhere. I don't care. I don't know where I'm gonna be. I don't know.
Well, the rebroadcast gonna be here now.
Forget the rebroadcast, bro. People want real, man. That's like leftovers, man. We want some fresh, energizing. But so next week we won't be here. So let me jump in. See, like I said, I get hyped up, man, and stuff will get away from me. So let's talk about brands. So I'm gonna talk about brands, and I'm gonna talk about opportunity, right? Brands, because I just talked about being a serial entrepreneur, right? Now some people say, "Oh man, you're doing too much. You're just doing too much, right? You into this, you into that. I thought you just said." And sometimes when I tell people that, that's their response. I thought you said you do this. I thought you was a nurse. I am a guy. I am a nurse, man. I've been a nurse for 26 years. I am a nurse. And I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? And I'm that too. So what I start doing is, because you know me, I'm a researcher. I'm a research type of guy. I read a lot. I read all the time. I read till I go to sleep. Because people who don't do that, guess what? You miss an opportunity. So something simple. This is something that I showed, I was talking to my son about earlier today. And here's one of the things. I'm looking for the thing now. I can't find it. There's a newspaper in Atlanta. It's called Atlanta Business Chronicle, right? And this newspaper, you know, when you go to sign up for it, it's like $86 for the year. So most people are like, $86? I don't need that. Yes, you do, right? Because it don't matter where you live. You can live in Duval, New York City. You know what the place was last week that the person was calling from? That you couldn't think of? I ain't even gonna tell you. I know exactly what it is. I ain't gonna tell you. Anyway, so in this paper, the reason it's important to get wherever you live at, subscribe to the business paper of your area. Why is that important? I'm gonna show you why. It don't matter what industry that you're in, right? If you have a business or if you have a service that you can provide, right? Let me ask you a question. If somebody, because all of us have taken tests before, so I'll just use the test analogy. If somebody told you, look, in 5 years from today, you're going to have to take a test to figure out if you can go on to the next level in life, whatever the next level is, right? Mm-hmm. In 5 years, you're going to be able to take a test. If you pass that test, you go from where you are now to a millionaire level. Mm-hmm. And then 5 years after that, which is 10 years from now, if you know the answers to this test, if you could prepare for it, you'll go from a millionaire level to a billionaire level. Mm. Now, if you knew this is 2020 now. I don't know why I'm all messed up with these dates. This is 2019, right? So let me show you something. So in this paper, I'm reading the paper, minding my business, right? This is Atlanta. Now, I know we got a lot of people on from the Southeast. We even got people on from Greece. Hint, hint.
Athens.
From Athens, and not Athens, Georgia. Athens, Greece. But listen to this. Listen to this lineup. This is what's coming to Atlanta. Now, when you start talking about big events, Think about what you do. I got my man D. Cali on, so I'm gonna pick on D. Cali because me and D. Cali tight. I seen Alvin Best on earlier. Alvin Best is a businessman. I know he has a business. So those are just two. I'm gonna just pick on them because I'm cool with them. Them the homies. They know I ain't gonna do nothing but show them love, right? But both of them have a business. I got a business too, right? Got a business. So listen to this lineup now. 2020, the men's Final Four is gonna be in Atlanta. That's huge. That's next year, right? Now we just had the Super Bowl last year. Just had the Super Bowl last year. 2020, we're gonna be the host city of the men's Final Four. Huge. 2021, we're gonna be the host of the All-Star game for Major League Baseball. Brand new stadium with the Braves, right? That's 2021. 2022, ain't nothing happening. We regrouping, right? 2023, listen to this. 2023, the ACC Men's Basketball Championship is here. That's huge, right? That's gigantic. ACC. And we're going to have the Men's National Wrestling Championship here. This is collegiate wrestling.
Yeah,
This is not, that
WWE.
WWE.
Yeah.
This real. This some, that kind of stuff, right? That's 2023. Now, even if we stop right there, wouldn't that be enough? Just if you had your business and you was trying to get to the next level, wouldn't that be enough for you to let me get ready for 2023. I ain't gonna be ready next year, but I'll be ready by 2023. But no, there's more. Listen to this. 2024, guess what's coming here?
What's coming?
Listen.
Say it loud.
In the Negro Basketball Association is gonna be in Atlanta in 2024. The NBA All-Star Game in Atlanta.
Ooh.
Is that going ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, is that gonna be bananas or what?
That's a whole weekend.
And guess when it's always in February, and guess what happened in February? My birthday. So we go. Look, that's 2024. So just pause. That's only 5 years from now. So 2024, you got the NBA All-Star Game. 2025. 2025.
Come on.
Men's National Championship in football. 2025. 2026. Listen to these numbers now. 2026, guess what's going to be here?
What's going to be here?
FIFA, listen to this now.
Oh, not the soccer.
FIFA World Cup.
This is soccer.
Ah! That's 2026. 2027.
What is it?
Men's Final Four again.
Mm.
Now, we just had it in 2020. Now it's coming back again in 2027.
They like it, yeah.
2028. WrestleMania.
What?
2028. Guess what's coming back in 2029?
What's coming
Now,
back?
did you hear that lineup, man? I said Men's Final Four, Major League Baseball All-Star Game, ACC Men's Basketball Championship, Men's Wrestling Championship Collegiate, NBA All-Star Game, Collegiate Playoff National Championship Game 2025, FIFA World Cup, back to the Men's Final Four in 2027, WrestleMania 2028. Guess what's coming back in 2029?
What's coming back?
Super Bowl.
God almighty. Pittsburgh.
So you might not have been ready the last time when they came. But now you got to 2029 to get it.
You can put your tickets on layaway.
You can put your tickets on layaway. You can put that goddamn cart on layaway and be like, I'm there. And then 30 and 31, we off, and then 32, Men's National Championship again in football. Why is that important? Now, this is already, look, this is already in the paper. This is 2019. Why is that important? That's important because it just shows you how far out businesses are planning for more business. These are things, this ain't like we bidding on it. These are things that we've already won the bid. The business is already coming here. So even if you're not ready today, you could be like, shoot, in the next 5 years, I'm going to have me a business that I'll be ready to go to the NBA All-Star Game. What you doing? Selling T-shirts.
Yep.
What you got? Hot dog cart. You know how many people going to be in Atlanta
Lemonade
for
stand.
the NBA All-Star Game?
Lemonade stand.
In 5 years? And check this out. Look at all of the young talent that's on the Atlanta Hawks. They're going to be, in 5 years, they're going to be ripe to be NBA superstars. It's going to be right here. It's gonna be right. I didn't say Charlotte. I didn't say New Orleans. I didn't say Miami. I didn't say that. Even New York. No city can boast that. So I'm saying all that to say, hey, we need to get on that, right? So that's why you have to get these papers. Now, is that worth $86 or $82 or whatever it was that it cost me? Just that once, just that. Right, you don't think I'm gonna be with that? So that's just sports. So let me bring something else up to you. Why you gotta be reading. Why you always gotta be reading. Here's another one, right? This is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. This just came out. Plan tackles challenge of affordable housing. Mayor offers framework of how city will spend, listen to this number. Mayor offers framework of how city will spend $1 billion to create safe and affordable housing. Critics say plan lacks details. I don't care if it lacks details. Do the math. She's saying that she's going to create 20,000, listen to this, 20,000 affordable housing units in Atlanta. So what does that mean? That means that 20,000 houses are going to need what? Things that 20,000 houses need, like insurance. They're going to need homeowners insurance because you can't buy a house without homeowners insurance. They're going to need a realtor. They're going to need a lender. They're going to need so if it's 20,000 units going in, and you know this, you sitting at home, you got your newspaper, you read it, right? What you got to do now? Go down to the city and say, hey, I understand y'all doing 20,000 housing units. How can I get involved? Oh, you got to fill out this paperwork, and you got to get certified as a minority, and guess what you do? Okay, give me the packet. You get the packet, you got time, you get the packet, and you sit down and you fill out the packet. And guess what? Now you're on the procurement list to be the whatever. What you do? I install carpet. What you do? I'm a landscaper. I said 20,000 houses. 20,000? You can't get 500? You can't get 100 houses out of 20,000? What you do? Man, I walk dogs. I don't care what you do. Whatever it is, you got to be in the know. And this goes for any city. Same thing going on in Jacksonville, right? A lot of family on from Jacksonville. I had a friend, shout out to Sharon. Sharon just sent me a list, the lands available list. Shout out to Sharon. I appreciate you. I appreciate you sending it to us. But here's the thing. I'm going to give you the one on Jacksonville. The lands available list, it was probably 150 properties on that list. That's just the lands available. Now, you can go and check this out. You can go right now to the courthouse and check this out when I'm laying on you. That one got 150. Then I got a separate email. Now, that's 150 properties on the lands available list. I got a separate email from the property manager in Jacksonville. I'm not going to throw his name out there, but I got a separate email from him with another 150 properties, right? That's on another list. It's called the lands donation list. I said, donation? So I jump on the phone call. I said, so what, I never participated in this program before. So what do you mean donate? He said, oh yeah, we'll donate. You go down the list. You can choose up to 5 properties. You can submit your application on those 5 properties. We'll make a determination whether or not we feel like you are able to manage these properties. And I said, manage? What do you have to do? We're going to give you the property. I said, what about liens? He said, no liens, no judge, none of that's off. Anything from the city or federal or IRS, all of that's off. But you can have some personal liens. Somebody like a plumber might have did some work. That might be on there. I was like, all right, I ain't worried about that. He said, but but then we give you the deed.
Come on.
You ain't hear what I just said? 5 properties? He said, we're going to give you the deed, and you got 2 years. 24. He said, you got 24 months to either rehab the structure that's there or build a structure that you can rent or sell as affordable housing. And you got 2 years to do it. And I'm giving you the property. I said, God, that's 2. And the third thing is this. You can go to gov.deals. And they have 18 properties that didn't sell at the auction in Jacksonville, that didn't get picked up in the lands available list, that didn't make the list for the donation program. These are the worst of the worst. These are the worst of the worst properties. These are the worst of the worst. These the worstest of the worstest, right? The worstest of the worst.
The bottom of the bottomest.
It's 18 properties on there. They out on Gov. You can go to gov.deals right now and look up land, Jacksonville, available. Go into real estate and you'll see it. It's 18 properties listed, right? These are the worstest of the worstest. You don't want that. Guess what? You know what happens with the worstest of the worstest?
What happened?
Somebody gonna go in there and they gonna say, you know what? It don't look like the worstest of the worstest to me, because this is in an opportunity zone. Ooh.
Come on.
Ooh. Now y'all got some homework to do.
You better say it.
Huh? Now you got some homework to do. These might be down in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, you may not have to build nothing. See, the worstest of the worstest, right? You ain't got to do nothing but get those. Like my friends say, clear them off and sprinkle some grass seed. And guess what'll happen? You'll get value, like the way your grass grow up, the value of just owning an acre of land in Jacksonville, guess what? It might be worth $10,000.
Come on.
You ain't got to put nothing on it. My partner called me, man, I'll put a mobile home on. No, we ain't put nothing on that goddamn piece of property.
Nothing.
We gonna just buy all that. We gonna put on that property some seed, some grass seed. And all that you got to do is sit there and watch. Cause you know what the worst of the worst is? It's just like bruh, it's right here in the Bible. You know what the deal is with the worstest of the worst? The worstest of the worst is what? Don't nobody want it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody want the worstest of the worst man, right? If somebody came to you and said, oh, you looking for a husband? I'm going to show you this guy. He the worstest of the worst. You like, shoot, I don't want that.
Ain't never been no good.
Right? He ain't never ever going to be. You be like, I don't want that.
He ain't no good.
He ain't no good. His dad ain't no good.
Daddy ain't no good.
Mama, daddy, do the do. I don't want that. I don't want that. They tell you the same thing about a female. Man, she the worstest of the worstest. You be like, you don't want that.
Mm-mm.
You don't want that. And guess what we do? Yeah, I guess you might. But guess what happened? Guess what happened?
What happened?
Somebody come right behind you
And get with him.
and say, you know what?
You ain't that bad.
You got some issues, but we all got issues. You ain't that, you trouble. This happened. Oh, man. You know what? Maybe we can. We ain't got a date. Maybe we can just be friends. How about that? Oh, okay. Next thing you know, y'all just friends. You don't never get engaged. You don't never have no sexual encounter. You just become friends, right?
Can you cook?
Because you cook, do all of that. But guess what? The moral of the story is this. This property that they're saying is the worst of the worst, you need to go and look at it, and you make your own decision if it's the worst of the worst. So yeah, you might go out there and it's a ditch, going down a hill, going down into a swamp, then you say, man, this is the worst of the worst. But you go and see it. Don't let somebody else tell you that. So when the dude told me that, I said, I like when people say it's the worst of the worst. Because you know why? I mean, competition is going to be light. Because people don't like to do work. Might take something simple as imagination, where you say, damn, I could put a little grill on this mug, and it's right off the, matter of fact, they're going to build a highway through here, going to Callahan. And guess what? You own it. Now you got eminent domain. You bought it for $500. You bought it for $600. Well, you spend $600 on foolishness.
Yeah.
3 pair of sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Messing around. When you can put $600 into some dirt that somebody's saying is the worst of the worst, and guess what? You can come up.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I just gave you 4 examples. And that's just Atlanta. It's happening everywhere. If you travel, I see my brother on, Tillis. Tillis, he can tell you. He all over the globe. Morocco and Mozambique and all these Puerto Rico. Everywhere he done been, guess what they doing? Same thing. Same thing. Go to New York. Same thing. Go to D.C. I'm talking about parts where you wouldn't dare think about seeing some of them people over there. They walking dogs down there now. They got little cafes. It's everywhere, bruh. And guess what we doing? Talking about it's the worst of the worst. Let them move into one of these bad neighborhoods and hear any kind of gunshot. Guess what's gonna happen? Police gonna come. Police gonna keep coming. Guess what? Pretty soon, that bad neighborhood that you was talking about, gone. And they get that property pennies on the dollar. Then they come in and throw this house on there that's so high that nobody, the people who been living there, grandma them, auntie them and them, can't nobody afford it. Can't nobody afford it because the property tax is too high. The property taxes is skyrocketing. We got to do the same thing, man. We got to get ourselves in position to do the same thing, man. And just connect. You got a little something, I got a little something. Bro, I'm like, it's right here in the paper. If you got the audacity to put it in the paper. They ain't even trying to hide it from us like they used to. It's right in the paper. But people don't read newspapers no more. They like to be on Facebook and social media. Ain't no deals coming through there. I ain't see no deal. I see somebody, oh yeah, I'm happy for them. But man, I ain't see no deals come through there yet. So, like I said, man, I'm almost out of time. But I was talking about brands and opportunity, but I think I got more into the opportunities than the brands. But I got 8 minutes left. So let me give y'all some quick game about brands. Don't never judge a person about what they're trying to get done and how many businesses they're doing. It's called multiple streams of income for a reason, right? So I use myself for example, and that's why I said I felt bad. And sometimes people say, man, you're doing too much. So full-time job, I'm a registered nurse, right? Registered nurse, 26 years. I'm a registered nurse. So when people say, I thought you was a nurse, I am a registered nurse. That's my full-time job, right? Then I turned around at a nonprofit organization. Why? Because people need to have a place to write off things, and you could turn around and be a blessing. So you trying to write off something, you donate money to my nonprofit, the American Financial Literacy Association. I take your proceeds, I give out a scholarship. Nonprofit organization. Every person, I didn't say every business person, I said every person should have a charitable organization or a nonprofit. So I got American Financial Literacy Association. Then I got Guerrilla Enterprise. What comes under Guerrilla Enterprise? This show, which is the Daily Bread radio show. I just shot 5 pilot episodes of a TV show. That's the Daily Bread show. Both of those are up under Guerrilla. And I got a book that I wrote in 2007. So all of that media stuff goes up under Guerrilla Enterprise. So we got that. Okay, push that to the side. Then I figured, like, man, we need access to capital. Started a mortgage company. It's been about 45 days now. So been talking to realtors, I've been meeting with different people, insurance people, saying, hey, you need to give me some business, or, let's collaborate, let's whatever. I can do them in 44 states, Duval included. So from Miami, Key West, all the way to out there in Seattle, and everything in between. I get it. Some people, like this one lady said, they're not gonna give you their best business first because they gotta trust you. They gotta know you can close loans. That's fair. That's fair. Guess what? While I'm waiting to get to their best business, I got all that other stuff behind me too. I'm a nurse, right? I got a book to sell. I got hey, we got this. We got the TV show we trying to shop. So in the meantime, guess what? It might take some time for the little mortgage thing to pop off, boo, 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 boo. But when it pop off, you good, right? You good. So that's me. That's what we doing. We still working on some other things. Me and my wife had the bakery business, bring that back online in some form, shape, form, or fashion. And that's pretty much everything that we doing that's in the house. Oh, I'm lying. Forgive me. I ain't mean to lie. I ain't trying to lie. But then we got the real estate piece, right? Mm-hmm. Where we buying real estate in the market and getting into, developing personal care homes, right? Because the elderly, they need a place to stay. A lot of people got, wait lists on. And it's real simple. They just want something clean and safe. Clean and safe. That ain't no problem. I'm a clean and safe type of guy. I'm a registered nurse, and I believe in helping people. So that's real estate and personal care home. So that's everything. So when you tell a person all of that, like I was at a business meeting last week, when I told that to everybody, I felt some type of way, like, man, you're doing too much. So then I went back and researched. Now you can Google this. Now, I'm gonna give y'all some homework. How many companies? I looked up Coca-Cola. You can Google this. On my phone, I'm taping. Google this. Just put in your Google search engine, Coca-Cola brand list. Just them 4 words, Coca-Cola brand list. And see what you come up with. Coca-Cola has 500 different brands. Coca-Cola has 500 different brands. Coca-Cola. The one you just think is a soft drink, they have 500 different brands. They're a global brand.
There you go.
Now,
There you go.
oh, but you can't even read all of them, man. We'll run out of time. We'll be reading them until episode 200. Look at all of them. So if Coca-Cola can have 500 brands, can I have 5 or 6? I just named 6 different lines of business. I can get 6 lines of business. That ain't no big deal. So you might say, that's too big. Okay, let's bring it down a notch. What do you think of when I say Nestle? And this is from my personal experience and what I do in my day job. What do you think about when you say Nestle? Most people think about chocolate, right? Because I know it from Nestle being chocolate, right? You look up Nestle got like over 100 brands. Just Nestle. They not only do they do chocolate, guess what else Nestle do? Purina cat chow, dog chow. They're huge in the pet market.
They're killing us.
They huge in the pet market. All them different brands, Purina and all this other stuff, that's under Nestle, right? They got water, Aquafina, and all. That's what they do. That's what they do, right? So, and then the last one I looked up was Time Warner, right? You look up Time Warner, they have 98 brands. I'm talking about big brands, HBO and Cinemax. So when they shoot it to us, which one do you want, HBO or Cinemax? No, it's and, not or, and. They own both of them. So I'm saying, so the moral of the story is, you create your brand, you can do whatever you want to do. And I'm sorry, man, I lied. I left off another one.
Which one?
I ain't even tell y'all. But just know, it has to do with sports, and I get paid for doing that too, but it's an opportunity. I believe in opportunity, so, and it gives me the ability to help people. So all this information I'm giving out to you all, Sharon, Sunshine, Cobb, nothing but love for you, girl. I was talking about you earlier. Hopefully you was on. I got the list today. We was talking about that. I'm gonna take my time. I know you said buyer beware, I get all of that, but we only need one. But I appreciate you taking the time out to send that over to us, and that's what we got to do is collaborate and do some things, and that's it, man. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Kimberly Clark, come on, man. Don't even talk about. They have us in the store thinking you buying Tide or Gain. They kick you with that. What you like, Tide or Gain? I like Gain. I like Tide. Guess what? Both of them owned by the same company.
Mm-hmm.
Why you trying? I don't use nothing but Dawn. They like, okay, that's fine, cause we own both of them. So it don't matter to them. But you got to be up on that so that way you know what's happening. You can stay in the loop, and then we can progress as a people. I only got 1 minute left, so got to hit y'all with the book of the week. Book of the week is Law of Success. This is the complete. And you got to get the complete because in the complete, one of my favorite chapters is chapter 6. Imagination. Imagination. This is one of my favorite chapters in this book. Imagination. That's you being able to take the worstest of the worst, man, woman, child, or a piece of property. The worstest of the worst. Something that somebody, nobody want this. That house look crazy. Guess what you do? Put a bulldozer to it. Bulldoze that mug to the ground and go out there and sprinkle some seed and wait. And then go down there and say, hey man, I got this property. How much how much can I borrow on it? He said, that property ain't worth much. It ain't worth about $10,000. And you say, ooh, okay. And you ain't paid but $150 or $200, even if you paid $1,000 for it. Your return on investment is what, 1,000%? You paid what? You paid $1,000 and now it's worth $10,000? Okay, 900%. I ain't tripping. Who tripping about that? So that's what it is. If you don't have a copy of this book, go out to Amazon and pick up The Law of Success, The Complete Guide. This was written by a guy that studied, listen to this, he studied the wealthiest people of his day for 25 years. Why is that important? You can get a PhD in 4 to 6 years. This man studied Henry Ford. He studied Wrigley. He studied Carnegie. He studied Wanamaker. He studied all of these people. Rockefeller, right? For 25 years and put that information in this book. You need to have a copy. Because it don't take much. Some people say my credit back, good. I don't have no money, good. I live in the poor side of town, good. I don't have no car, good. Only thing you need is this. Imagination. That's all you need. So, that's it for us today. We on the Daily Bread Radio Show. We at 9:01. We 1 minute over. Y'all stay tuned. Next week, we're going to have another exciting episode of the Daily Bread Show. Make sure that you share it with a friend, family member, somebody that just needs some help, some encouragement, because that's what we do over here. Everything you're going to get from us is going to be positive. It's going to be, hey, and we ain't tearing down, we building up. Because we do what? Educate, motivate, elevate. No, play the other one, man. Play the other one.
It's coming.
Play the other one. Hey, man, this is what we doing. Hey, y'all hit me up at $, I am Joaquin. And buy these raffle tickets, man, so these bros gonna be. So it ain't nothing like turning in the raffle tickets when you supposed to have sold them. And you have to turn them in. They be saying, "Did you turn in your tickets?" Like, man, I ain't all them tickets. But yeah, hit me up, man. I'm selling these tickets. I'm gonna raise $1,000 to help some kids. So I am Joaquin. That's my cash out. Y'all get these tickets, man. So I ain't got to turn them in. These bros got their hazing me.
Man,
who else you know got a show? Hey, this song is copywritten, so don't be playing my song in the club and nothing.
It's coming.
It's
Here it
coming.
come.
Oh! Hey, boy!
I ain't fooling with you, man.
Hey! Here's what the